Black Americans have been celebrating, commemorating, and honoring the day their ancestors were finally freed from slavery for 156 years. Picnics, parades, church services, community work have all been a part of the event. But this year, 2021, is different.
So throughout history, Juneteenth has been known by many names: Jubilee Day, Freedom Day, Liberation Day, Emancipation Day, and today, a national holiday.
Because this is a really, really, really important moment in our history. By making Juneteenth a federal holiday, all Americans can feel the power of this day and learn from our history. And celebrate progress and grapple with the distance we've come, but the distance we have to travel, Jim. You know, I said a few weeks ago, marking the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre, great nations don't ignore their most painful moments. Great nations don't ignore their most painful moments. They don't ignore those moments in the past. They embrace them. Great nations don't walk away. We come to terms with the mistakes we made. And in remembering those moments, we begin to heal and grow stronger. The truth is, it's simply not enough just to commemorate Juneteenth. After all, the emancipation of enslaved Black Americans didn't mark the end of America's work to deliver on the promise of equality. It only marked the beginning.
Vice President Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden in remarks at the signing of the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, making it a federal holiday. And thank you, Miss Opal Lee, who, like me, is a native Texan. I remember my parents and cousins and aunts and uncles, my family, going to Emancipation Park or simply gathering at one of our homes in Houston to honor the day. I attended the high school named for the man who led his church community in raising funds in 1872. It was $1,000 to purchase the land they named Emancipation Park. Reverend Jack Yates was a Baptist minister and a former slave. Even before the presidential signature, the number of events celebrating the day kept growing all over the country. Way back when, most folks in the North especially had no idea what anyone was talking about when they said Juneteenth. Now it's in the nation's lexicon, with celebrations all over the country. Here are a few of them. Most are on June 19th, unless otherwise mentioned. Let's start in Austin for the all-day and into the night Stay Black and Live Volume 2 event. Parades, panel discussions, some virtual, and a spoken word performance or some of the featured events. Moving north to Fort Worth, the woman known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, Miss Opal Lee, is being honored with a Juneteenth jamboree. The Fort Worth Opera starts the day with Opal's Walk, then free performances by some of opera's great African-American singers. In Nashville, the National Museum of African-American Music continues its celebration of Black Music Month. There's the Juneteenth Block Party. You can see some of it online. Chicago's Musical Pathways Initiative is holding a free virtual celebration featuring performances by their Fellows of Music, written by composers of color. Group Muse is a live chamber music group platform that since the pandemic had to go virtual. They are celebrating Juneteenth with at least 3 events. Juneteenth Jubilation, a vocal celebration of African American freedom, features the music of Margaret Bonds, sung by Jasmine Wilson. The music of William Grant Still and Duke Ellington is also on the program. The next event has already happened, but you'll be able to watch it online in a couple of weeks. The Orchestra of New Spain in Dallas celebrates Juneteenth with Chevalier de Saint-Georges. He is one of the few known 18th century black composers of classical music. He was known as the Black Mozart.
Lift every voice and sing, lift every voice and sing, until earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of life. Lift every voice and sing a song.
The radio station, KMFA 89.5 in Austin, the classical music station that airs my feature Staccato, is airing 2 programs honoring Juneteenth. At noon, there's Fields of Wonder, focusing on newly rediscovered song cycles by African-American composer Margaret Bonds. It's based on the works by Langston Hughes. Later that night at 9, there's Let Freedom Ring, a musical celebration of Juneteenth with host Laura Downs.
Let us march on, let us march on till victory is won.
And by the way, did you know that a community in Mexico celebrates Juneteenth too? Nacimiento de los Negros, which means birth of the blacks, became a haven for the Muskogas, descendants of black Seminoles who went south to escape slavery and settled in Mexico.
Had died, yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed.
There are links to all on secondstreetdreams.com. Click on Stories of Interest. The music you heard in this report is from a 2013 performance of the Howard University Chorale and Baltimore City College High School Choir. It was part of a Library of Congress symposium on African American spirituals of the Civil War. You also heard music from Ketsa, Spence, and Saeed Baised. And that was the Spelman Glee Club singing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm Jutlin Lily Gibson on the Second Street Dreams Audio Network on secondstreetdreams.com. Happy Juneteenth.